Most people think the internet lives somewhere above them, in satellites, in the cloud, in invisible wireless signals floating through the air. But right now, almost every international message, bank transfer, video call, streamed movie, cloud request, stock trade, and AI query on Earth depends on something lying at the bottom of the ocean. Not satellites, glass cables. Because beneath the Atlantic, Pacific, and Arctic oceans lies one of the largest infrastructure systems ever built. Hundreds of fiber-optic lines carrying almost all global internet traffic through strands of glass stretched across the seafloor. And the dangerous part is not that these cables exist. It is how much of the modern world depends on them. A damaged cable can disrupt communications, slow financial systems, destabilize networks, and cut entire regions off from parts of the global economy. All because somewhere underwater, a line thinner than a garden hose stopped working. And almost nobody sees any of it. You tap a screen. Something loads instantly. The machinery disappears. But the machinery is enormous. If you could drain the oceans and look at the bottom of the Earth, you would see a hidden map of the modern world crossing the seafloor. Thin lines stretching between continents. Thousands of miles of fiber connecting cities through routes most humans will never see. And despite what many people imagine, satellites do not carry most of the world's internet traffic. Fiber-optic cables do, because they can move vastly more information with far greater speed and stability than satellites ever could. Which means the internet is not really a cloud. It is infrastructure, and inside these cables, pulses of light travel through glass strands thinner than a human hair at nearly the speed of light itself. Markets, meetings, streaming platforms, military communications, cloud computing, AI systems, entire economies moving beneath the ocean in real time. And once you realize that, the internet stops feeling virtual. The digital world begins looking more like industry. More cables, more energy, more cooling systems, more data centers, more hidden machinery supporting everyday life at planetary scale. But building this network is extraordinarily difficult. The internet crossing the ocean is not wireless magic. It is heavy industry, operating across thousands of miles of open sea. Specialized cable ships move slowly across oceans, carrying enormous spools of fiber-optic cable stored inside massive circular tanks deep within the vessel. As the ship moves, the cable is lowered carefully across the seafloor with astonishing precision. Near coastlines, underwater plows bury the lines beneath the seabed because shallow waters are dangerous. Ship anchors, fishing trawlers, dense maritime traffic. Most cable damage happens close to shore. Farther into deep ocean regions, many lines simply rest directly on the seabed, where isolation protects them better than human activity does. And every few dozen miles along the route, repeaters strengthen the optical signals again, so the light pulses can survive crossing entire oceans without fading away. Which means parts of the internet have spent decades underwater, silently carrying global communication across the planet. And failures happen constantly. Anchors drag across the seabed. Fishing equipment tears through shallow sections. Earthquakes and underwater landslides can sever multiple lines at once. Hundreds of cable faults happen globally every year. Most users never notice because traffic reroutes automatically before people realize anything failed. But major disruptions still ripple outward fast. Connections slow across entire regions. Cloud platforms become unstable. Financial transactions stall. International businesses lose contact with overseas operations. And somewhere in the ocean, repair ships begin searching for a broken cable thousands of feet below the surface. Because despite how futuristic the internet feels, the modern world still depends on infrastructure that can fail. And now the pressure is growing. The internet humanity built 20 years ago was never designed for the scale of the world now running on top of it. Streaming transformed global traffic. Cloud computing accelerated it again. Now AI systems are driving another enormous surge in data demand. forcing companies to expand subsea infrastructure across oceans at extraordinary speed. And suddenly, the internet starts looking less like software and more like industrial civilization hidden beneath modern life. The companies building AI and cloud computing are now racing to construct massive private cable networks between continents because moving data has become as essential to the modern economy as moving electricity or oil. The future of technology is not becoming weightless, it is becoming heavier, larger, more industrial, and most of it remains invisible to the people using it. Right now, somewhere beneath the Atlantic Ocean, pulses of light are moving silently through glass in total darkness. Messages, markets, meetings, videos, AI systems, civilization itself, traveling beneath the waves at nearly the speed of light. And the next time somebody says, "the cloud," remember, the cloud is underwater. This is Crude Reality,